New Bethlehem and the Redbank Valley Trail. We've ridden this course before, and I thought for sure I had videoed it, but I can't find it in my stuff. So we're riding it again today, and not just because I can't find it in the videos, but because it's a really cool trail. So, New Bethlehem, we're, I don't know, 2 hours north of Pittsburgh, something like that. Let's go for a ride. This is New Bethlehem. We are heading 2 points west, heading towards the Allegheny River. Now, were we to go the other way, that would take us up to Blairsville, which is about 20 miles. I don't know anything about New Bethlehem, not really. You'd actually come through here many times, kind of a crossroads of, actually it's where 28 and 66 split. And we've had reason to travel those. Interesting bear. Oh, all right.
Hey, you're welcome.
Take it easy. And there's the Redbank Creek. I've actually referred to the Redbank Creek in several of the videos that I've made, because as we've traveled along other rivers, they're actually not as big as this creek. And what makes the actual designation between a river and a creek, I don't know. Stayed last night in the Bear Ridge campground near somewhere. How's that for directions? Nice campground, really big. So what shall we talk about today? Okay, here's what I'm thinking. When we first started getting into this, we had a lot of different ideas on how things are done, and really we had a lot of fun plotting it all out. Not even really sure if it was going to get to happen for us. A lot of dreaming going on. I do the dreaming and my wife makes my dreams come true. I do a lot of research, she does a lot of pushing. Anyway, one of the things I wanted to talk about was, I came across a lot of articles on camping. There are actually so many different cultures out there on camping that, you know, really I had no idea. I know I've talked before about how we went from being tent campers to being RV campers, but during the research for all of that stuff, I found a lot of great and cool information, but nothing that really applied to what we specifically wanted to do. We started out camping in our minivan, which was so much fun, and I went online looking for articles and stories about camping in minivans. Well, the thing about the minivans is you find a lot on stealth camping. They actually take the minivan, convert it into a camper, and you could have someone camping on the street in front of your house and you might not even be aware. That wasn't an option for us, because what those folks were doing was they would gut the minivan. They'd take everything out, they'd take the seats out. Uh-oh. Detour. All right.
I'm walking it. I'm not.
Oh yeah, I know I've filmed this. I just don't know where the files are. Because I remember ducking my head through this tunnel, afraid I was going to hit the camera. Like that. Wow, is this dry? Holy smokes. Forget it. This bike is 65 pounds. If I had geared it ahead of time, put on the power assist as I should have, I could have made it up there, but it's hard to do halfway up the hill. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Get back out. Gorgeous day.
Oh, and the coke ovens.
A young copperhead.
Well, yeah, okay. Copperheads. Okay, I'm not walking down there.
Nope.
I'll walk as far as here.
Yep.
And I'm hoping that it's coming up on my video here. A row of old coke ovens. Looks like someone has a little tent site going in the one.
Bears don't live in these long forgotten coke ovens, but
All right, coke is a cool product that's used for making steel. So these were done here between 1870 and 1890. Essentially what they would do is they would bake the coal to create the coke. I ain't going down there. Nope.
this is the prettiest trail.
So as I was saying, they get out the minivans and they do really amazing jobs, but they become permanent stealth campers. And we weren't looking for a permanent solution. We were looking for a weekend solution. We are in the parlance weekenders because we still work. Doing this full time is not an option for us, but we get out as much as we can. The minivan, we needed to be able to have the seats because bicycles, all the family, we go do things. I really like minivans because of their versatility. Limiting it to a single use was just not what we were going to do at all. And then we got the RV, 22 feet 8 inches. We had all kinds of ideas of how we would change it and transform it to our needs, but we had read so many articles that really were geared towards full-timers. And we're thinking we're going to have to do this, we're going to have to do that. And no, we don't. For instance, I thought a CB radio would be necessary. And if we were going full-time, if we were traveling across the country, yes, I believe I would get a CB radio, because there are still areas where your phone just doesn't have coverage. CB radio has a little more range, but for now, not really. Don't really need it. Adaptations that we thought we'd have to make. All the articles that we had read about refrigerators and how inefficient they were. We had decided we weren't even going to use a refrigerator. We would get a couple of real powerful coolers. Our refrigerator is a wonderful piece of equipment. It's a 20-year-old refrigerator. It will freeze food in the refrigerator compartment. Things that we've had to learn. You know, we're going away for a night, a weekend, a few days, a week, and we've learned how to pack, learned how to prepare. We carry 30 gallons of fresh water, which really is great because we like the Pennsylvania State campgrounds. Pennsylvania State campgrounds typically don't have water on the sites. You can fill up there, but you can go to your site which has electricity, doesn't have water. Well, that doesn't matter to us because we have a 30-gallon tank that we can use for toilets and showers, washing dishes, brushing teeth. Now, articles that I have read on this said, you know, you just get a good filter, and I do use a filter when I fill it up, but they recommend against carrying extra fresh water for drinking. And we have found that carrying a couple jugs of water gives us good drinking water. We keep it in the fridge, so it's nice cool drinking water. If you were going full time, you'd really need that space for food, but we don't need that space for food. So it's nice, especially if you have it pre-refrigerated, you put it in your fridge, helps it bring it down to temperature. And empty your refrigerator is actually harder to keep cool than one that's loaded. So for our purposes, for the weekender solution, carrying a couple jugs of water is great for us. When we first started out, we would just bring groceries.
Make sure that wasn't anything important.
What's that? My wife hit a bump and heard a noise and thought maybe something broke on her bike. Everything's fine. We're rolling again. So as I was saying, now we tend to prep the food before we go. Instead of doing a full-blown cook, we plan out our meals and have things par cooked. It just makes for easier storage, easier preparation, shorter preparation time, and shorter cleaning time. I had planned on yanking out the center console television set. It's an old CRT, and it's big and unwieldy, and it only works when you're plugged into shore power. or you have your generator running. I'm not gonna run a generator just to watch TV. It has an antenna that I've used once just to see how it works. Has a DVD player that's 20 years old. It's huge, it works fine. The TV works fine, has an excellent picture. So if it's raining or whatever reason, we just want to be inside, we can go in and watch TV. But I had planned on pulling it out because it's really not necessary. I have since changed my mind. It's a fine piece of equipment. We're not in need of that space, not yet anyway. So I just plan on leaving it there until it breaks, or I need the space. I had thought of getting a 12-volt television set and mounting it in there, a flat screen, because then I could run off of the house battery, 12-volt system. But again, we don't watch that much TV. Here we go. This is the Climax Tunnel. Wonder how much of this we'll be able to see. I mean, we'll be able to see. I don't know what'll come out on video. Whoa! Feel that cold air.
That guy's house used to be on top of it.
All right, got your headlight on?
Yipper.
For all the good it does us. As the railroad track followed the Redbank Creek, so does the trail.
Nicely maintained.
Look at that. This is sweet. Some kind of extra support. And this particular section cut off a big polyp down there. They cut a hole through the mountain and... Oh geez, I'm on 2. No wonder it's so easy. Stuart Fire Brick Company was built in 1872 on the Armstrong side of the Redbank Creek. In 1874, it produced 8,000 bricks per day. There's just many innovations and additions that so many people have done because they're full-timers. We found that we really didn't need them. My wife found that in the kitchen, equipment that she thought she would need, she didn't. And she has become a master at packing away of the pots and pans that we do use on board and packing them in a way so that they don't clatter and vibrate, which would drive both of us a little nuts. I've been playing around with the speed settings on my videos because I cut out entire swaths like this just because I'm trying to make it fit into 20 to 30 minutes. And I'm finding that certain levels are kind of acceptable as far as speeding it up, and some levels are just way too jerky and shaky and make it difficult to follow. I'm learning all this stuff as we go, folks. I have no experience in this whatsoever. A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush, but they got 2 on the hand. So is that worth 4 in the bush?
Oh, I love this trail. There's just so much to look at.
Look at the field on the other bank.
Yeah,
You can take this trail, it connects all the way to the Allegheny River and the Armstrong County Trail. Before there is the Sligo Spur, and it's all uphill. But got to see a beaver dam, which I'd never seen before. I enjoyed that. Templeton. Templeton's the name of the town where our campground was in. That's where the Bear Ridge campground is. We ran into a couple yesterday. They're here riding trails. I think he's in his 60s. Anyway, he has an electric bike, said he got the electric bike to keep up with his wife, and then she got an electric bike just because she thinks they're cool. But the great part of it is this whole wellness through activity that I'm always touting. He said it's done wonders for his COPD. COPD is Colorado Police Department. No, COPD is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Kind of an umbrella term for diseases that attack the lungs. And he has found that by being able to ride, he's able to go further on the electric bike and keep working, and it's doing wonders for his breathing. Maybe I should have interviewed that guy from yesterday.
Say what?
Maybe I should have interviewed that guy yesterday about his breathing. Got it on video.
Maybe you should have.
I guess I need to think about such things.
Oh, have I said thank you for this trip? Oh, this is just gorgeous. This couldn't be any nicer or prettier.
Leatherwood Creek. Isn't this the creek that I took the picture and you could see the differences in the water?
Yes.
As the creek entered?
Yeah. You didn't make a video of this.
I don't know.
Maybe you just got busy.
I do have a file that I just named pending, and that's where all the ones that I still need to do are in. And it's not in the pending file, so I have no idea where I found it. So I guess we're looking at the train platform here.
I guess.
This is where people waited for the train. This is a big train platform.
Yeah.
This must have been a huge place for people to get on.
Well, there was the big brickyard there and lots of men.
Right,
came
look at the
from all
equipment in
over.
there. Maybe it was a loading bay. There's that other brick factory. I believe this was reflective brick.
I think so.
Fire brick.
There
That's
you
what it says on there. McLean Fire Brick. A refractory plant. 1900. Operated for more than 100 years. Okay, just refractive bricks. Go ahead, go. I'm right behind you. I'm coming.
It is beautiful. Hello.
Hi. So the refractive bricks were something that you would find inside a steel mill or a coke oven. They withstood the high heat and bounced the heat back in.
Okay. Very cool.
Trying to figure out what stuff is. So now that I've gone off on about what, 3 tangents? I don't remember where the heck that was. Now they have a view, huh? What's that? I hope so. Just don't go out in the backyard and step backwards to enjoy the view of the house. Watch that first step. It's a Lulu. I have been trying to get away from all the tunnel of trees, but the changing of the colors gives it a whole new dimension, doesn't it?
Every couple of feet, it's a different gorgeous view.
Yep, in about 2 or 3 weeks, this will be stunning. Look at that.
Because I'm rubbernecking so much, especially that house at the top.
Ray's place. There's a bathroom, there's a shelter. Well, there's a picnic shelter and there's a camping shelter. This is a typical shelter. Actually, this is not typical. This is actually a little higher end. This is really nice. But it's just 3 walls, you know. So keeps the wind off you, keeps the rain off you. With a great view of the Redbank. Stroll over to the lunch pavilion here. I don't know who Ray. Oh, look at that! It's a toll kiosk. I'm telling you, they went all out for this place. That must be Ray. Ray's place. Thank you, Ray. Look at that table. Look at those benches. Man, you could park a truck on these things. No wasp's nest, which is, or nest of any kind, really. I talk about these things a lot. Let me show them to you. So you have here, this is the hangar where you put your bike up on there, right? And then an air pump and tools that are wow, I wonder what that's going to look like on film. That's going to be funny. Just equipment, Allen heads, and brake tool. And so there's the equipment. And there's my Rad City with that beautiful thing of water, which I need right now. I don't remember the name of this tunnel.
I do really think this is one of the most beautiful trails. This is the one that we thought was so cool. It was the cave inside.
Yeah, yeah. I hope you can see those walls. I deliberately have my light shining down. It's on my wheel. I don't want to blind approaching people. But these walls aren't brick or block. They're just the chiseled rock.
Stay in the center, it's fine.
Yeah. Men that are smarter than I am started on either end and were able to go at a level and meet. Astounding. Look at that. And this is the Sligo Spur to our right. That goes that way. Alright, let's get some information here. Sligo Spur is 9 miles. So we have made the decision to push on 6 miles further all the way down to the Armstrong Trail. And 2,000 miles right here on the Redbank Valley Trail. All right, let's go.
Okay.
2,000 miles. We got these things in November. This is September. But 2,000 miles on this bicycle. Foundation for something. No idea.
Railroad, right?
Had to be for the railroad.
Oh, Redbank looks quite good.
By Dunas Memorial Bridge. Geraldine and Richard.
This is the perfect day. How many times have I said that this year? You know, yes, COVID sucked, but honestly, 2020's been a great year for us. had time. Being off work, I think, was such a huge actual blessing for you because you were just so unhappy, trudging to work every single day. And you have put 2,000 miles on your bicycle this year.
Yeah, I was pretty burned out. The time available has been a blessing. The weather, you know, it's been a drought, which is terrible for pretty much everything involved, but it's given us a lot of days we could take advantage of.
Yeah.
Look at the color of the creek.
I know, it's breathtaking. I hope
Where did
your
it
camera's
change?
picking it up.
The color of the water has become a green. This is it. This is the Armstrong Trail, the end of the Redbank Valley Trail. Let's go as far as at least as this coal tipple. Okay. Train would stop underneath it and fuel up. See, what I don't understand is you look up way up high there and there are the doorways. Where in the world did those doorways lead to? Or maybe the stairway was outside the building. Maybe you came out that door and had to walk up outside the tipple to get to that doorway.
We could sit here and eat.
We could.
Snacky.
Snacky. Redbank cooling tower. Cooling tower. Okay, we are going to stop and get a snack. This is our turnaround point. We've done our turnaround, we've had our little snack, kind of refueled. Now it's time for the long uphill back.
Look at that view.
That is the Allegheny River. And we will not stay on the Armstrong Trail. We will head up this way to Redbank, New Bethlehem. 20 miles to go. All the railroad ties just tossed to the side at that one spot. Weird. Yeah. This is what, Lossomshire?
Yeah, Lossingham.
Lossingham. Sligo Spur, 9 miles that way. Yeah, 14 miles this way.
I'm putting it on too.
All right. Work factor 2. Long Point Tunnel.
Wow, feel that cold.
When I lived in Fiji, we had a loo faced over the Wye waters. The nicest view from a bathroom I've ever seen. This is probably second best. Go.
Okay. Now I will tell you, we need to get the hell out of here right now. Let's go.
I'll put it up to 5.
Do not look at it. If it's up there, don't look.
We saw a bear.
I think I can get back to the car without any power at all if I had to right now. I've got so much adrenaline. How was that?
Let's see how much of that bear that we got. It was quick. I think my camera turned on. It might have just gotten like a black blur. It was hustling.
Yes,
Wow.
it was.
Well, that's our first bear.
Yep. Woohoo! On the day that you went 2,000 miles on your bicycle. What a great day.
And then we saw a bear. All right, high five?
High five.
All right,
Hey, Cardinal five.
high five. Huh, never noticed the rail bar before. It's kind of neat seeing the chiseled rock though. See if I can do this bridge again without hitting the camera this time. Ugh. 1827? Excuse me, no problem.
It's like a maze with us.
That's all right.
It's like bumper cars. Bump us out of the way.
All right, I got away from my wife anyway. Your headlight's still on, sweetheart. So there's a little spur line here. We passed it, but curiosity has the better of us and did a little turnaround just to see where this goes. We're less than a mile from our car. Trail Volunteer Bridge. Oh my goodness. Look at the ducks, or geese, or whatever the heck they are. Not far out of the way, and something cool to look at.
I think we got here just as they are husband and wife.
Oh. Oh, there you go. Hey, we got here in time. We don't know who they are, but you know, we're here in time.
Oh, they're having a perfect day too.
Yes, they are. Well, they'd be happy or upset that I'm pirating their wedding here. All right then. 42 miles from New Bethlehem to the Allegheny River and back. What a really cool day. The Redbank Valley Trail, beautiful as always. But I got to cross my 2,000 mile mark. I saw a bear. I think, and I saw a wedding. Mother.